Hey everyone, so welcome to Constructing Comics. My name is Joe, but you can call me Lil-Joe. That is for I created this for the Patreon, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So I'm glad you guys liked the way I published my work. You guys want to know who are the M's. You guys want to think about why am I doing all the characters and all that kind of stuff. Well, I'm going to explain the whole situation straight down by one little piece at a time. So it's going to take just a little bit down, okay? So, I'm going to click this out. My idea when I first started this is I created two different pages for the Patreon. So when I click this, I have two different ones if you guys are interested. The first one is the patreon.com Lil-Joe. It's for 18 plus, for more adults to see and more entertainment, and you guys can enjoy what I made the most out of that. It's gonna be covered with the Indulgence series, Night Shadow series, and the M series just a little bit. But in the Patreon, the M, that's going to be all the M of a story series that I'm going to explain more and share more on YouTube, Facebook, DeviantArt, Instagram, and TikTok. And I'm trying to do the best I can to upload more, and that will be a lot more helpful. It's going to take time, but it'll be better. So let's start with the first things first. I'm always a big fan of World War II. Like, if what would happen if the Nazi wins? Like, for example, Wolfenstein already covered that kind of situation, but I am kind of thinking about creating something new. So, I kind of formed of a new generation of the SS, since the Night Shadow story will cover that situation. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not like that, like, oh, you highlight everything else like that, because I'm not gonna do like that kind of stuff. This is a story about Night Shadow will be facing against the SS. The swastika and the Nazis are gone. It's just the SS who are running the new program for their own situation. And when I speak about Night Shadow, this is Night Shadow. This is year one. So basically, he's gonna be in the whole situation story of a Night Shadow series of this kind of suit. You know, he's a resistance of fighting against the SS, battling the grounds, trying to take down the SS as many times before. And the way how he has to go through is not going to be easy mission for his resistance and himself, because he lost so many sacrifices for many soldiers that he had. And he thought the wars may be over since the SS are losing. They had to decide to build something new. They had to build a wall between these gaps, and the rest of resistance had to forced to try to fight them, but it's just too highly capable to defeat inside the wall of the SS inside the new city. It's called the New Republic of the SS. That's where everything is going to be going down of all situation of Night Shadow series. So that's the first start. So, the SS was trying to figure out something new, because they don't know what to do, because they couldn't figure out how to try and win the war. They can't survive so long against the resistance. They had to try to come something new to try to find a way how even a match against Night Shadow and the resistance. The newest group who formed themselves the M's, they provide for help that can try to find a way to defeat Night Shadow and the Resistance. And that is where, when the M's have an organization plan to use any kind of multiverse world to try to find any power source as they could, any superheroes, any ability they can do for invincibility or anything else like that. So the SS had an idea to give them a much amount of cash of money. They just sent so much of money. This is all the drawing I did for this, and I tried to figure it out. Okay, so big cash, blah blah blah, everything else, yeah. And that's where they gave it all to the M's. So the M's, I created this a while back, probably back in 2021, I should say. It wasn't, not that bad of a details, but I kind of figured maybe I can do a little more better. But it's your guys' opinion, how you guys think of the M's logo. And, I'll just figure out something else. But anyways, the M's had to build something of a time portal multiverse to try to travel any kind of world, to collect any kind of source of data of like tunes, anime, superheroes, like I said before, to try and collect the powers to combine a form of a new weapon that can take down the Resistance. But however, they need one more piece to try to find a way how one piece to make a top pure, like a super god mode. And they form of a hiring call himself Dr. Eric. This man was creating something, a new weapon for making a best project he never done before, because he kind of feared that this project can be more lethal, more biological weapon known to mankind, and he's feared that he's gonna destroy the whole world. But the ants forced him to try and make this weapon. When he had an idea, he uses the chemicals and he studied for one god. The one god that can be a true mastermind, a true evil, and a true strong enough pleasure of an indulgence series. Now, an indulgence series is going to be more graphic and stuff like that, and I have to create something a little bit more interesting. So, indulgence, it's going to take a character named Cindy Wakeman. She's going to be the first failed project weapon, but a new carrier for the new situation. And when Dr. Eric had an idea for a god, he thought of this god called himself Dionysus, the god of wine and pleasure. Now, you guys can look it up about him. He's a god for destructions, but he's a god of wine and pleasure for women. When Dr. Eric tested a creation that he formed, he made this weapon called Project K10. Now, the Project K10 looks exactly like this. Like this in a way. And he kind of figured out the different chemicals. Now, I can't show you the chemicals yet, but I will tell you what will happen to the story. So, once Dr. Eric was finished creating Project K10, the M's company demanded him to send the project to them. But what he didn't know, that once he's finished his accomplishment, they are assigned to assassinate him with his weapon. He wasn't too pleasant about that, so trying to find a way to end his life. He decided to do something more cool to himself. He decided to end his life drinking the portion of the Project K10. That is where Cindy, as his character right here I made of this, she has found him as his arms and his leg, well, his arm was melted as he drank it. Cindy was freaking out as to seeing all different chemicals that he's did and trying to figure out what to do. And once Cindy found the Project K10 book, she was kind of working part of the ends, but she didn't know about it before. So that's where everything was going chaotic. Now, in the Indulgence series, you can find more on the Patreon of Lil-Joe. I know that's going to be for a little bit more 18 plus, but it's a really good story, and I like making stories a lot. And the M's well too, but it'll take time once I get it done and just let you guys know. But anyways, all these kind of ideas and everything else like that was just coming up to later on for more of a Indulgence series and more of the M's. Now, in the next Indulgence series, Indulgence 2, I'm still working on that one still, but it's going to take time. But right now, I am working on, for this project, it's called the Project of Big Sisters. Now, this is going to be how the Project K10 will be consuming on these girls. Now, on the story about the Project K10, I'm just going to tell you a little bit secret about it. The Project K10 does not work on males for genetic of DNA to make them super soldiers. It makes them paralyzed and weak and just melted, like instantly of disintegrating, just a matter of seconds. However, with females, they have more potential and more DNA have a second ability inside of the system. And that's where a character I created calling himself Dr. Leach and his former characters, Dr. Walsh and Dr. Finch. Them three have decided to create multiple of different creations of one of the creatures that they made a long time ago. So in Indulgence series, at the part 2, you're gonna see a little bit more interesting on that one. Once I finish this project, like this for example, I have worked on this one because it was kind of pretty cool how I made this. And it's gonna explain a lot of details of the story too. And will continue on doing live videos as I can, but I'll just see how I feel to keep going. But anyways, this creature is basically the Project K10 itself, but it's too weak as it's trying to contain of some kind of natural source. And what these doctors have done is they stole the part of DNA of Project K10, made into eggs to itself to try to combine more of Project K10s to send every single multiverse of females. They want to find the strongest females, the smartest females, and the clever females. So that would be the case in Indulgence series as well too. So in the end, guys, I am still doing my best I can for publishing more, and I will do my best to keep going. But I will let you guys think about what else you guys can come up with, because I like creating stories, I like drawing, I like all this stuff. But I want you guys' opinion to try and see what else you want me trying to create. And if you guys are Photoshop experts or anything else, please share and everything else. But I hope you guys have a blessed day for the evening. And remember one thing, everyone, share your imaginations. That is the most important thing. your imagination is strong as your mind and you like to create things, go for it. But I hope you guys have a good day, and I'll see you guys later.